you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fine. We have never met. My name is Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fine. We have never met. My name is Mike Devaney. How you doing? Do you know that name at all?
No.
Okay, I'm with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Okay. I've literally known you and I've known your family for many, 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 many years. Okay. The reason I say that is, you know, I've been looking into Mike's disappearance. Okay. Literally dissected as much as I could about you, members of your family, Brian, Mike, and, his family, and the family when you and Mike were together, okay? Worked with a lot of people, trying to figure out the whole scenario of his disappearance, and had to go back and literally reinvestigate a lot of things that was investigated before, okay? And again, I had to go back to y'all's marriage and what were you doing during those times, what were you doing job-wise, and Mike, and Mike's employer, the whole works, okay? What you all own, what you didn't own, and this has been an ongoing process for a long time. And you need to understand that, okay? I used to know your gate code by heart and going in your neighborhood. I know your house very well. I know when you took the carpet out, the whole works. And there's a whole lot I don't know, okay? Please understand that.
Talking about the hardwood floors upstairs?
You name it, I know about it.
Okay.
Okay. I want to talk to you about a couple of things, and maybe you can fill in a couple of gaps for me. Can you do that for me?
I can try.
Okay. Obviously, the reason I'm here, I know about what happened today, okay? And like the other officer said, it's going to have to sink in that today was going to be your last day. Please let that sink in. I mean, he didn't have sheets to sleep on, tonight or the night before or the night after. He had plastic and he had some other object. And what was that other object he had? Could you tell? Can you describe it?
It was, it was like maybe wide. It wasn't a hammer, but it was kind of that size and maybe wider. I have no idea what it was.
A small foldable shovel?
No, it wasn't a shovel. It was like it definitely wasn't a shovel. But it was about the length of like a hammer.
Okay.
But it seemed to be fatter the way that he grabbed it. But I have no.
Well, y'all were going towards CVS. It's from what I can understand. He wanted to turn around and go the other way.
He kept saying go to the roundabout, and I think he was wanting me to go back, but I wasn't really listening. I wasn't really listening. I was just trying to get to CVS.
Where do you think Mike's buried at?
Oh, I have no idea.
Any speculation on that?
On where he's buried?
Buried.
I believe...
You don't really believe he died on the lake?
I do.
Why?
I just always have. That's what I believe. And I have, from when he was saying roundabout, I don't know, I talked with the last two people, and I can't remember if he wanted me to turn left or right.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Why do you think Mike perished in the lake? Because he didn't die in Lake Seminole, okay?
That's what I've always believed, that's what I believe.
And why?
I've never been proven anything different.
Well, is there been any proof if he would have perished in that lake, he would have been found, okay? There's never been a person that has fallen over or whatever that they've never found except for Mike. I mean, that's literally, it's an impossibility that he died in that lake.
I guess that's just what I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you knew all the information about, what was recovered out there and all that, right?
My dad would keep me updated,
Yeah. You had this big monster search and none of that, and then later it just appears. I mean, that kind of led investigators going in different directions than what they initially thought. Okay. I mean, I was even curious. I mean, I recovered the car y'all used to have during that time. I got it from a junkyard in Alabama, brought it back here and tore it apart. The little boat that Mike had, a little Ginu boat, I found it over in Monticello, brought it back. I just wanted to get a good look at it. There's a whole lot of stuff. You don't have a clue what we've looked at. And we've certainly come to the conclusion that Mike did not, again, perish or die on Lake Seminole. Okay? Please understand that. We've kind of tracked what's been going on in y'all's lives, again, before Mike disappeared all the way till now. Okay, we knew about the divorce stuff. We knew about people living in different places and the whole works. Talked to Kathy, she probably didn't tell you that. Or she may have, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And you seem to say you don't have a clue what happened to Mike. Were you and I guess you, Mike, Kathy, and Brian, y'all are pretty close before Mike disappeared, right?
Yeah.
How close were y'all?
I mean, I would say we talked pretty much every day. We were very close.
Yeah.
I'm still very close with Kathy.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, again, we've researched, trips y'all used to make to Orlando and some other stuff. Apparently you were really close, okay? You know what I'm talking about?
Me and Kathy she's texting me right now, so we're still very close.
Okay. If I say we're totally aware of all the videos, you probably know what I'm talking about.
If you say what?
The videos?
I would have to see them.
Oh, no, that's not going to happen. But
Okay.
You're clueless when I say videos.
Yeah.
You, Kathy, and Brian?
I would have to see them.
Yeah. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Don't say you've got to see them.
No, I'm just starting to feel very uncomfortable.
Okay.
But
well, I've been uncomfortable for a long time because we needed some things on this case.
Right.
And we were hoping one day that either Brian or you maybe could fill in some of the gaps there, fill in a piece of the puzzle.
Right. But I guess right now I need to focus on this and what happened this morning, and I want to get this restraining order done by 5 o'clock, and I want me and my daughter to be safe, and that's what I'm focused on.
There's no doubt that Brian's going to be located and put in jail. So I would imagine he's not going to immediately be bonded out under the circumstances and the crimes that he has committed. Okay.
I don't know. But I just want to get this restraining order done so that I can have a little peace for tonight with my daughter. That's what I'm focused on.
Well,
right now.
if he's arrested, the next few hours, which I'm sure is going to happen. Leon County is very good about finding people. Okay, that's going to happen. When Brian is arrested, which will happen, he is going to probably provide another side of whatever happened today. You're aware of that?
From this morning?
Yeah.
I have no idea what he's going to say.
Well, that's what people usually do. They give their side of something. Take care of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to say. I have no idea.
Yeah. What if he starts talking about the past, way in the past?
Then he might. I don't know. I have no idea what he's going to say.
Yeah. No idea.
No.
What if he starts talking about the disappearance of Mike?
I hope he admits this morning. I hope he admits what he did. If they ask him about Mike, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, has Kathy ever talked about Mike's disappearance? Or not Mike's, but Brian's disappearance? The day Mike disappeared?
I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
No. I'd have to. I can text her right now.
No,
I don't remember.
No.
Okay.
I want to hear from you. Okay.
You
knew. Brian just disappeared.
I don't.
Kathy's ever talked about that?
I'd have to talk with her. But again, I really want to focus on this, and if you, I mean,
Well, this is
I
kind of,
understand that this is what you want to talk about.
well, this thing today, you know, is kind of a done deal. You know, we know what happened. It's going to be verified in the video and all that. Whether Brian admits to what he did to you today, he did it. I mean,
right. I mean,
and once they arrest him, I'm sure they're going to find some of the things that you talked about.
I hope so.
And that's kind of a done deal. Okay. But obviously things have been building for a long time.
Well, we've been separated for a long time.
Yeah.
But for me, again, I want to file this restraining order before 3:30, so before 5. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's 3:30 right now. I just want to make sure that I have time to do that. That's my priority right now.
Well, I know what time it is. All right. I know the other officer talked to you about a lot of different things, okay, about what's been going on and everything, okay. I wish I could just fill in some of the pieces of the puzzle. I'd much rather get it from you than from Brian, because when he's arrested, I'm going to talk to him too.
That's fine.
I don't want to see what he says, okay. He may say some things you don't want to hear, I don't know.
Well, I have no idea.
You're
I guess
not
we'll
a
see.
clue, not a clue.
I don't even know what he's going to say about this morning.
Well, you know, this morning's a done deal, okay? You know, we know what happened, you told us, and again, there's going to be a pretty good video, and I'm sure that they're going to find some of the things that you talked about. So that's solved, so to speak, okay? I think it was my phone, you heard.
Oh, that's funny, my attorney's calling me. Let me just see real quick. Okay, sorry.
All right?
But I guess what I'm saying is about the Mike situation that you want to talk about. I don't want to talk about this right now.
Really? Would you talk about it later?
I don't want to talk about this right now. I want to get this settled first.
This is settled.
It's not settled to me, though. I have not gone down. I have not filed the restraining order, and that's what is pressing on me so bad. So I understand that you want to talk about this, but this is what I want to do. This is what has to be done.
Yeah.
Today.
You got some time. We're almost done. All right? I mean, you know why it's so important to talk to you about Mike. I mean, this was your husband. He simply vanished. Hopefully you still have an interest in that.
Well, again, this is my priority right now, and I'm not comfortable talking about this right now. I've had an unbelievable day, and
I know you have.
it's just all too much right now. I really want to focus on
Has it sunk in that you literally saved your own life today?
All I know is I was praying.
Well,
I don't even know how
you did the right thing coming here,
don't-
you know that.
I mean, we'll see.
I don't think there's any sin about it, considering what he had in the back of your vehicle. You know, that's a clue right there.
I was just doing the best I could, and
Well, you did, you saved your life. I just want that to sink in.
now I just want my daughter and I to continue to be safe, and that's why I'm so worried about this. That's why I can't even focus on that, because all I'm focused on is us and getting through this night when he's going to find out that I told, after I promised him over and over and over that I wouldn't tell anyone. And when he finds out,
Well, when somebody does this to you and has a gun involved, they can't really expect you just to ignore that.
Well, but I had set up where I wouldn't tell anyone, and I would meet him later in the day.
Well, yeah, you were saying everything, because
Yeah.
literally at that
Yeah.
point you had to say something again.
Right.
You had to keep saying this, but it's true to save your life.
Right.
And it worked.
And he, I guess, agreed to that, and then left. And then I was supposed to meet him and his dad about now, today, to talk about it.
He goes and buys a gun to do something very, very horrible. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or whatever. He did that. Okay?
Yeah.
And he stuck in your vehicle, and there he was.
There.
He didn't knock on your door and say, let's talk about it.
No.
All right?
No.
Look what he did. I mean,
And I guess I still just can't believe it.
well, you're going to have to believe that you're alive right now. All right? That's
And I'm very
pretty darn
thankful.
important. Yeah, absolutely. And he's going to be arrested on some very, very serious charges.
Do you know the procedure as far as like when I file this, if he's already arrested, then he's just arrested, but then when he'll get out, like tomorrow, right? Or, I don't know how it works,
I have no idea what sort of bond they're gonna put on him.
So it depends on that.
Yeah.
But when he's out, he can just do whatever, right?
Well, let's hope he doesn't do whatever. Hope it's finally sunk in that he's screwed up. And you're gonna go through the court stuff, and hopefully that'll sink in too, that he's up since he come
I'm just
around.
worried about that long period of time where I know, like if he gets arrested, there won't be a court date for a long time, and it's that time I'm worried about. That's where he's out, knows that I told when I promised I wouldn't.
He can't be that stupid to think that you're not gonna tell.
I don't know, but I'm just worried about that time in between, and I'm worried about me and my daughter and where we're going to live and how we're going to be safe. I don't even have a dog.
Yeah. Well, what we have seen, we've seen a side of not Mike, but Brian, that we knew was there, and it surfaced again. Okay? Because again, we've kind of tracked his history. And we also know, Mike vanishes. So.
Well, I myself have never seen anything like what I saw this morning. Never.
Well, what about the Atlanta episode?
It wasn't a person, but that was on a whole. This took it to a whole nother. Right. That was nothing compared to this. But when he left, when he got out of the truck, he was crying. I'm so sorry. I'm so back, calm, and not that person anymore. That's how I left him, and that's how I want him to stay. And then me coming here and filing this, and him finding out.
That's the way you want him to stay. You really think he would never explode like this again?
I would have never thought he would have done this. So don't ask
me,
because I have no. Obviously, he's capable of what he did today because he did it. So.
Do you think he's responsible for Mike's disappearance?
I do not, and I never have. I would have never married him if I thought that. I would have never wanted so bad to have children with him. I would have, in my mind and in my heart, no. David is my brother-in-law, and he was just sitting here talking to me about trying to get me to understand that, that my life was in danger today.
Absolutely.
And then having me to look back on that whole situation now from a different point of view. And I'm definitely going to do that. But do I believe right here in this moment that he had anything to do with that? Absolutely not.
But not?
Does that mean that I'm not going to process this and then go back? And, of course I am. But I've got to process this first. And I know you understand that.
Sure. Well, process this, but please, when you find time to go back, you need to process a whole lot about whatever happened. Because in studying this whole situation, we knew that one day there would be a blow up. We predicted that.
There was.
Oh, I don't think it's finished yet as far as people talking about different things.
No, but I just mean between me and him this morning was a blow up.
Yeah, it was. And again, I'm still like a broken record, but I hope it is sinking in how bad it could have been.
I think it'll take some time, but I'm realizing the depths of what could have happened,
When you carry that stuff and have a gun, to sleep with it or whatever. Mm-hmm. I heard you say something, you thought maybe the sheets were used, or he was getting used for sleeping or whatever. No, I don't think so. You don't have plastic and whatever the other two was.
And again, I hope that backpack's still there. I hope they can, whoever, the police can pull it out and see exactly, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a turn, a couple glimpses and that was it. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. But I would like to know myself, did I see this right? Did I, you know what I mean? Like, what was in there? I would like to know.
We'll find out.
Just to confirm.
When they find him, I'm sure that they'll eventually get to whatever that was.
I hope so.
That's down the road.
I hope so.
I just want everything to sink in about. I'm not going to say I'm not concerned about this. I am, but you're alive.
Right.
I'm talking about the other.
Right.
There's a whole lot of people want some closure to that.
Right.
we all think we've got a pretty good idea of what happened, what the whole scenario was. Okay? You need to know that.
Okay.
So,
And I will. I'll get through this and then rethink everything.
And-
Because again, I've never seen anybody this way that he was this morning, and I've definitely never seen him this way. Just off. He was just crazy.
Right.
He was crazy.
well, I'm going to go out and I'm going to find somebody to share himself to take care of the other matters.
The restraining order stuff.
No,
Okay,
no.
thank you.
But I'm going to leave on this note. I was hoping you could fill in some of the pieces of that puzzle. You haven't. We arrest Brian, he might. Okay?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, just think about what
Okay.
you said. all right?
Okay.
Let me step
Okay.
out, see if I can find somebody to take care of it.
Thank you.
Put it in your-